Good morning, children. Stay safely at home. So, already I taught you about the pitbull electroscope and gold leaf electroscope. Now, how to charge a gold leaf electroscope. Okay, you can charge a body, by means of conduction or by means of induction. Now, first of all, I'll tell you how to charge a gold leaf electroscope by conduction. You know that in case of conduction, what you have to do, you have to just touch the uncharged body by the charged body. So, in this case, which part of the gold leaf electroscope you have to touch? The metal disc, because that is the outside the glass jar. So, you can just draw this diagram symbolically. When we draw the gold leaf, then we represent this is the metal disc, this is the brass rod, and these are the lips. So simply the disc you touch by a glass rod rubbed by silk. Now you know when a glass rod is rubbed by silk, it becomes positively charged. So this is the glass rod which is having an insulating handle. This is the insulating handle. So you hold the insulating handle and touch the glass rod to the metal disc of the electroscope. Then what will happen? The charge will be transferred. So it will get, I have not, and you too don't have to do that, don't write the charge everywhere. Just you show it at the two end and the leaves are also getting the charges. So as the leaves are getting the same kind of charge, so they will diverge. Now instead of a glass rod, if you take a ebonite rod and rub by wool, then it will become negatively charged. So if you touch a ebonite rod to the metal disc of the electroscope, then the electroscope will become negatively charged. So this is the way one can charge a gold leaf electroscope by the method of conduction. Very simple method, that you just touch the metal disc of the electroscope by the charged body. Next one is that how you can charge a gold leaf electroscope by induction. Conduction method comparatively easier, but induction it needs 3 steps. Alright. First is that you bring the charged body near the disc. Do not touch it. So here I have given the example of a glass rod rubbed with silk, that is it is having the positive charge. Now we have brought near it. So look at it, there is a gap between the disc and the rod. Okay. So what will happen? Induction will take place, as you know. So at the near end, means on the disc, negative charge will be induced, and at the far end means the lips. The lips, what will happen? The same charge will be induced. Okay, the opposite charges are induced at the near end and like charges are induced at the far end. So you see what you will observe, the leaf will diverge. So what is step 1? Bring the charged body, it should be, bring the charged body near the disc. Alright, then second step. Connect the disc momentarily to the ground. This symbol is for ground. Okay, in your book it is given touch the one. But that is not a wise one, because if you touch it wearing a slipper, that is wearing then insulating material, then nothing is going to happen. So better you connect it to the ground. So this is the symbol for ground. So you must write it. Connect the disc to the ground momentarily. Momentary means for some time, for very small amount of time, you connect it to the ground. Now you see, when you will connect it to the ground, you know that the far end charges, they are the free charges. So what will happen? These positive charges, far end charges in the leaves, they will go to the ground. Alright. So what will happen? You see, leaves will collapse. Now the third step. What you will do, you disconnect it from the ground and remove the body. You see the body is removed. That you disconnect, so and you must remember in the third step, you must disconnect from the ground, then you must remove. But if you do this, that you are removing the body first, then disconnecting, then what will happen? The electroscope will not have any charge only, because you have removed it and still it is connected to the ground. These then negative charges will also go to the ground. So you must be very careful for the third step. Third step, what you have to do? First you have to disconnect the disc from the ground and then you remove the body. Is that clear? Then what will happen? These negative charge. So you see in the metal, in the entire one, only negative charges are there. So the moment, and why the negative charges are confined here? Due to the attraction of the positive charges. Okay. Now when the positive charges are removed, then what will happen? These negative charges, they will spread themselves in the entire system. So the gold leaves also will get the negative charge. So what is happening? You see the leaves again diverge. So this is the way one can charge a gold leaf electroscope by induction. And you know that in case of induction, the body gets opposite charge. So here you see, you brought a positively charged glass rod, but what kind of charge the electroscope is having? Negatively charged. So this is the way by means of induction one can charge a gold leaf electroscope. You must draw the diagram and you must write down the steps as I wrote on the whiteboard, because in your book it is not given stepwise. Now this concept is very important. Actually I was supposed to give it before the charging of gold leaf electroscope, but anyway. So if you connect a positively charged body to the ground, then what happens? Just try to understand it. The moment you will connect the positively charged, then electron from the ground, it will move towards the body. Okay, so if there are 3 positive charges, then 3 electrons will move to the body from the ground. Then electron is negatively charged and it is positively charged. So positive and negative, they will cancel their effect. What will happen to the body? The body will become chargeless. Alright, now if you connect a negatively charged body to the ground, then what happens? Electron from the body, they move to the ground. So look at the arrow. Electron from the body moving to the ground. So what will happen? After some time the body will become chargeless. So this is the way the charge from a charged body become uncharged when connected to the ground. It is due to movement of electron. When a positively charged body connected to the ground, electron from the ground move to the body, and when a negatively charged body connect to the ground, then electron from the body go to the ground. So this is the way. If you draw the diagram, you will be able to remember the fact very easily. So everybody should draw the diagram and understand and remember the concept. Now what are the functions of gold leaf electroscope? Already I discussed that. First function is to find the nature of charge, to find the presence of charge on a body, means to detect whether the body is charged or not. Okay, how you can do this? First of all, you take an uncharged electroscope. So this is the point you have to remember. What kind of electroscope you have taken? Uncharged. So look at the leaves. Leaves are collapsed. Okay. Now you touch the body to the disc. Okay. If the leaves diverge, the body is charged. Means what? When you are touching the body to the disc, then if the body is charged, suppose it is having positive charge, then what will happen? It will get positive charge, the leaves will get positive charge, it will diverge. Okay, so when the leaves diverge, it means the body is charged. But suppose you have taken a body, uncharged body, you are touching it. Then what will happen? The leaves are not getting any charge. So you see the leaves are in collapsed position. So if the leaves do not diverge, the body is uncharged. Alright. So this is the way one can find out by means of a uncharged gold leaf electroscope whether a body is charged or not. Now what is the next function? The second function of gold leaf electroscope, that you can find what is the nature of the charge present in a charged body. Alright. So in this case, remember that you have to take a charged electroscope. Alright. So I am giving the example taking the electroscope is positively charged. So you see when the electroscope is positively charged, then what will happen? That I have not drawn so many charges, just few charges I have drawn just to show that you have taken a charged electroscope. So as for example, I have taken a positively charged electroscope. Okay. Then as you know how to charge a electroscope, so you just charge a electroscope and then you use it. Then you touch the charged body to the disc. If the divergence increases, just you consider, Suppose you have touched the disk with a charge body, same charge. Then what will happen? Automatically, as both of them are having the same charge, so you see what will happen. The divergence, the leaves will get more positive charge, because this positive and this positive, they will be repelled, isn't it? So you see the leaves, they will get more amount of the same charge. So what is happening? Just look at the divergence. Divergence increases. So if the divergence increases, then the body is having same charge as that of the electroscope. Okay, but you consider this, that you have taken a positively charged electroscope, but what you have done, you have connected it with a negatively charged. Then you know some of the positive charge will be cancelled. So you see, it may happen that the electroscope is having only few amount of charge here. Okay, so what will happen? The leaves will collapse, means some amount of positive charge will be cancelled by the opposite charge. So the amount of charge present on the leaf will decrease. So the divergence of the leaves will also decrease. So in that case, what conclusion you can make? That the body has opposite charge as that of the electroscope. So these are the point that you have to take a charge electroscope. Then when the divergence increases, the body has same charge as that of the electroscope, and if the divergence decreases, the body has opposite charge as that of the electroscope. So this is the way one can find out what is the nature of charge present in a body by using a charged electroscope. Now the third function of a gold leaf electroscope. You can find out whether the given body is a conductor or an insulator. Alright, how you can do this? For this, you have to take two electroscopes. One electroscope should be charged, another should be uncharged. Alright, so you see what you have taken. You have taken one electroscope which is charged. So the charged electroscope, the leaves are diverged, and you have taken another electroscope which is uncharged. So you see uncharged, the leaves are in collapsed position. Alright, then what you have to join both the disc of the electroscope by that body. Then if the leaves of the uncharged, so you see you have joined both the disc of the electroscope by the body. Alright, means you have joined it like this. You have joined it like this. This is the body, you have joined it. Okay, now if the leaves of the uncharged electroscope diverge, it was uncharged. Now you see what is happening, that it is having charge. So positive charge, when you will connect it, if you connect it by a conductor, then you know the charge will move to the second one also. So second one will also get the charge. So what will happen? The uncharged one, you see, look at it, uncharged one, the leaves are diverged. So it means that it is a conductor. Alright, and if it happens that uncharged electroscope, it is not diverging, the leaves are not diverging, means you have connected, but what is happening? The leaves are in the collapsed position. You have connected it, but the leaves are in collapsed position. What does it mean? It is an insulator, because you know that I am telling it insulated. Okay, no space is there. So I hope you will understand it. This is insulated. When it is insulated, then what will happen? The leaves will not diverge. Why it will not diverge? Because it is not getting any kind of charge. Insulator do not allow the charge to pass through it. So you see, when you are joining the uncharged body, if the leaves of the uncharged electroscope remain in the collapsed position, what conclusion you can draw? The body given is an insulator. So this is the way you can find out the first is the presence of charge. To get the presence of charge, you have to take an uncharged electroscope. Then second function, to find the nature of charge present in a body, you have to take one electroscope, but that should be charged. And in the third one, to find whether the given body is a conductor or an insulator, you need two electroscope. One should be charged and another should be uncharged. So these are the ways that one can find out the functions, or one can experimentally find out what are the functions of the gold leaf electroscope. That's all for today. Thank you, girls.